Today I'm going to talk about NASA um, and the Illuminati Serpent because this release from NASA um, brings in new information, what the ancients knew, what my predictions were from the all-bar wave theory, and what is coming, and the unveiling of what the ancients called gods. And so we've got a couple of diverse topics, and people obviously are going to probably struggle with a number of the concepts that I bring here, mainly because of their education. So it may benefit them to have a look at these two previous videos that I put up, and may soften the blow, although I'm not sure that people believe in reptiles and we are a reptilian race and things of the Anunnaki are really going to be challenged, and it's about the control of both sides of the argument, I suppose. Our science has been bastardized, that's without a doubt. Our religions have been bastardized, and the New Age movement was set up by them, so don't expect any joy out of that section of YouTube or whatever way it comes to you. These are my explanations to it, and so I suppose I'm going to have to talk about the history of the winners. This is an interesting newspaper article. I think it's the Massachusetts Sun from about 1749, and on it you have a serpent and a type of griffin or dragon, and what it is the serpent has been cut up into pieces, and of course that is probably what the Illuminati have done, is they've taken the serpent mythology of our past and they have cut it up into pieces so that we understand very little of it indeed. The website is actually a very interesting one. I just came across it because I was looking for serpent images, and of course what it is you need to have a look at his website really, but it was about the concepts of all your states being, all the American states being separate, and they've all got to join together. But the interesting thing is they've used the serpent, and they have used the serpent for years, and they have used it against us. And of course that website is pictured there, so he is saying that the history is written by the winners, and of course that is the truth. So how can we express this truth? Well, over 1,000 codices were allegedly found in the basement of the LA Museum. Some of these were in the collection of Randolph Hearst, and obviously because they own them, they can say whatever they like about them. Our history has been stolen, and it was certainly stolen from the Mayans. And they say that Randolph Hearst's two that he donated or whatever, although these 1,000 codices were supposed to have come from his collection, are all forgeries. So the Mayans, what the Mayans knew, we're never going to know. If you think that all the forgeries, then it is hinted that the Vatican hold their own copies, and there's a possibility of it. They're probably forgeries, to be honest, if Hearst's were forgeries. But I'd like to ask people then about this concept, because you've got to try and get into your mind that all these codices, only 2 or 3 remain. So if you imagine you go on holiday, and for the first time you go over to a place that you've never been to, and on the last day you find the nicest pub or the best view or some ancient monuments that you would have loved to have seen, and you leave only partially exploring. Now obviously Fray Diego, the burner of these Mayan manuscripts, could not have in any shape taken all the Mayan codices and burnt them. Recently, a new Mayan city was found. Now, I'm not. The codices may not have lasted that lot of time, buried in damp conditions and a humid jungle over them. But there was, but to suggest that the Spanish, in one hit, because it has to be in one hit, burnt all the Mayan codices, is an absolute ridiculous idea. Once the Spaniards had come, a rumour would have gone out that their ancestry was being burnt, and they would have been hidden away, and eventually, once the meaning was lost out of them, they would have then been sold or stolen to private collections. Now we can say, oh well, that's a load of old twaddle, really, to be honest. But we've seen it even happen today. In the recent Iraq wars, the museums were trashed. A lot of things were stolen from them. They're obviously trying to get a lot of these artifacts back, and so these things are repeating. Items have been stolen. Now there's an article on the orientalreview.org, and the journalist suggests, is it possible that instead of the truth, they are trying to feed us a new tale of the old Orient? So do you think that they're stealing these artifacts and they're going to manipulate a new idea of what the Sumerians were saying? Almost the cradle of civilization is saying. Now I disagree with this. I don't think that that's true. You only have to... it's a bit tongue-in-cheek, that is, so... obviously the serpents... or the serpents in the sky that have been generated by the New Age movement have led us to believing that reptilian people on the planet, and this is just a cover-up for the snake being cut into pieces, or the serpent in the Garden of Eden, the serpent that moves on the tree of life, is actually being destroyed and turned into something else. It's divide and conquer, basically. The Illuminati are great of it. As I say, they control the science and they control the New Age movement. So they got both sides of the argument, as David Icke so happily tells us. And yet he is the promoter of the serpent races. So anyway, why that occurs, is he paid? None of my business. And so what we have about this tree of life is the cosmic serpent moved on it, and we need to try and understand how the hell are we going to understand what the cosmic serpent is, when you've got the New Age movement telling us that it's a reptile that came from the skies in spaceships, and you've got science telling us that it's a linear mechanistic model of the universe, nothing's connected, nothing is one. You know, we got everybody else chipping in the other loads of bullshit that's been chipped into it over the years. How the hell are we going to know? All we know is that it was the serpent, the cosmic serpent, that moved on the world tree, or the universal tree. What is it? Well, it's certainly not what the mainstream are pumping anyway, and that depends on the mainstream New Age, or the mainstream science, or the church, or any of them. You ain't gonna get to the bottom of it. It's taken me 20 years to work on it. It's cost me a fortune. I'm not asking for a sob story. I'm just delivering what this research has led me to. So recently NASA have found that the heavens and the earth are linked through a magnetic field, a union between the earth and the heavens, and particles of energy move along these fields. So low-level energy streams out of our solar system, high energy streams, which include photons and the particle and wave, stream in. And that should really give it away. So we have the streaming particles, or waves, serpents if you want to call them, coming into our solar system. So I'll take you to some Illuminati crap. This was obviously heavily funded, and it's been funded. This alien invasion has its core roots in these ancient Sumerian ideas. Obviously, we're never ever going to really get to the bottom of it when we've had all that stuff knocked off of the Iraq Museum. We're never going to know. You know, the Mayan codices, we're never going to know. All the other Mayan codices are fake. You know, are there any? You know, did they burn them all? Well, I doubt it, but there we go. So the Anunnaki, which is another Illuminati fraud. The word isn't a fraud, it's what's been said about it by the New Age movement's fraud. They should be ashamed of themselves. They should have done the research properly. Anu is taken to mean heaven, or the heavens, or the sky, or the heavens. And Ki is the brother-sister union of the Ki god, which is earth. So you have the sky and the earth. And the sky and the earth are linked together by an energetic field. And the brother-sister gods gave rise to the Anunnaki. So simply, the magnetic fields of the cosmic tree are attached to the earth, and that is the union between Anu and Ki, and what moves on it is the serpent of the Anunnaki. Quite simply, energy that moves from one place to another on its magnetic fields. And so I said a little bit tongue-in-cheek about that last article. Are they trying to give us a new concept of what they were saying from Sumeria? And my answer to that is it's been done for years, and we have been misled and lied to, not only about science, but as I say, about the New Age movement, the church, and they don't want a connected universe. They don't want the cosmic tree to be true, because atheism rules science. And so we go back to, what is this serpent? That's Kepler's drawing of the serpent that was thrown through the sky. Apollo threw a serpent through the sky. Are we getting there? Can we really get there? You know, we're on the edge of this thing, and all the people are following the false prophets into the hole. You know, whether it be, you know, the UFO disclosure group, or and then other people have the gods of science. And so this serpent, quite simply, is a known scientific process. It's the particle and wave, basically, the fractal string theory. And so, from my research into the orb bar wave phenomenon, if you get a wave or a bar, it can hit certain energy positions and turn into a sphere. And the ancients absolutely knew this. Without a shadow of a doubt, they knew this. And so what you get is the cosmic serpent mythology, the serpent and the egg, where the wave, if you notice on the two pictures we have here, we have a serpent and an egg. Now somebody could say, oh well, it's a snake being born out of an egg. But then when you look at the mythology of how the moon was formed by the divine serpent in myth and legends, I forget the publisher's name, I think it's on my scribed account or scribd account. So what you've got is the wave, which converts into the cosmic egg, or the wave delivers the cosmic egg. Particles break out of the wave as they do in the orb bar wave. So I suppose I should show you a little bit. It's not a very good video, as I talked about before, the videos of these waves and particles. And what you notice at the bottom is probably pretty damn poor. Is a wave that's traveling. It's got the orbs in it, and it's traveling through the black blanket that we use to illuminate it so we can see it. Unfortunately, the sun's coming through the blanket, so you can't pick it up properly. And in the final image, what we have is some Bronze Age rock art that's 4,500 years old. We have our serpent that's cut to pieces and the cosmic egg, and we have our study material. So this cosmic serpent, the linear mechanistic model of the Big Bang, is slowly getting to the position of what the ancients saw and understood. Thank you for listening. It's a bit of a rant. I hope it works out, that people can understand things. Goodbye. God bless you all.